This is Jen Judkins with Teaching Forward. In this video, we're going to take a look at one of the most essential features of Google Drive, sharing. I'm going to first show you how to access sharing settings for files as well as entire folders. And we'll explore the options available to you for sharing. This includes sharing with individual people and groups, as well as link sharing. Finally, we'll take a look at some of the options to restrict sharing. Let's get started. We're going to take a look at sharing from inside a file first. I'm going to open a file and locate the sharing button, which appears in the top right corner of the file. The default sharing permissions for all files is private, only viewable by you. So if you want to change those permissions, clicking on the share button gives you your available options and menu. The sharing menu is divided into two parts. The upper area is where you would add people or groups that you want to share the file with. These people or groups must be Google users, either in your domain or with their own Gmail account. To add a new person or group to share with, click in the box and add the name. You'll be presented with options for the level of permissions that you want to assign the user. Typically, this will default to editor. Editors can change files, and unless you adjust the setting, they are also able to share with others. Clicking the drop-down menu will provide you with other options. Commenter access means that they cannot change the file, but they can add comments, which are digital post-it notes that can appear off to the side that other editors and commenters can see. And viewer is if you want them to only see the file and not have the ability to comment or edit. When you assign permissions, you do not need to notify people. If you keep this box checked, they will receive an email notifying them that you have shared the file. Unchecking this box does not remove their ability to see the file. However, they would have to know to look in their Shared With Me of Google Drive to locate the file. Once you're finished, you can choose Send, or again, if you uncheck Notify, you can simply choose Share. There are additional sharing permissions that you can set to enforce additional restrictions on users that you share with. These can be found under the Setting menu. Clicking the gear icon will show you two other options. One is that you can prevent editors from actually being able to share with others. The other is that you can prevent viewers and commenters from downloading, printing, or making a copy of your file. Keep in mind that these options are by default turned on. If you want to disable them, you need to click this gear icon to access those choices. Now let's explore the options for link sharing. All files have a link online. The ability to access this link is controlled by the Get Link menu. Currently, this link is only available to the people that I have shared the file with in the top part of my Share menu. If I want to change this option, click the Change Link option below. This will bring you to a page with different choices for sharing your link. The drop-down menu will show you all of the choices available to you. Restricted is what we had set to originally, which means only those I have specifically listed can view the file. The middle choice is typically for your domain. This may be your school or other business address, and this means that if you provide the link to someone in your school, they can access the file. Anyone with the link is a really powerful option for sharing. This allows you to share Google files with non-Google users. It's also perfect for using in letters or on websites to ensure that anyone visiting the site or reading an email that you send can click and access the file without you having to explicitly name the person by their email. When you choose a different link sharing option, the default permission level will be View. It's advisable not to change link sharing to allow editing. You can then copy the link and share this link out so that users can access the file. The link to a file never changes, so if you change your mind about link sharing and you change the permissions back to restricted, anyone who has access to the link will be denied access to the file. Now that you understand how to share from inside a file, let's take a look at options for sharing from inside Google Drive. This includes sharing entire folders and sharing files without having to open them first. We'll also look at how you can use the Details feature in Drive to view current sharing permissions. From inside Google Drive, you can take a look at whether folders are shared. You can see this because folders that are solid in color are not shared, and those with a person on top of the folder icon indicate some level of sharing. To figure out how files in a folder are shared, click on the folder one time to select it, and then click the eye in the top right-hand corner to open up the File Details or Folder Details view. The Details sidebar will open on the right side. You can toggle between Details and Activity to see more information about the file or folders. The information about sharing is listed right at the top. On the left-hand side, it will show the owner. Files can only have one owner. Owners are the only people that can truly delete a file permanently. On the right side, you'll see a list of other users that have access to the file, and you can hover over each of them to find out the type of permission they have. In addition, if the file is shared with a link, this will appear as a link icon. Again, hovering will tell you the way in which the link is shared. If you want to change the permissions on a folder, clicking it one time will allow you to choose the sharing menu. Clicking the icon at the top of Google Drive will reveal the sharing menu that is identical to what appears inside of a file. Keep in mind that changing permissions on a folder will impact all of the items within the folder. Files within a folder inherit the permissions of the folder. In addition, if you add new files to a folder, they will inherit the same permissions as all the other files within the folder. Thanks for watching. This concludes our video on Google Sharing Basics. For more information on how you can use technology effectively in your classroom, check us out online at teachingforward.net.